what's going down? I hate that I have to make a video like this, but this is getting completely out of hand. I just checked the Music Entrepreneur Club Instagram, and on one post there were a couple different producers doing this. A lot of people are frustrated with not selling beats. They're scared that they'll never make a living off of selling beats. They want to make their first sale, that they're really focused on the money. And the music and the reputation, that's what's gonna get you longevity. And if you're driven by fear of not making these sales, and if you're obsessing over sale, it's gonna ruin you. Trust me, this is not the mentality of successful producers in the industry or on the online beat licensing market. So the beat licensing market, like the drum and sample kit market, it's kind of like the new frontier for producers. And the new frontier now, in addition to those two things, I'm just gonna call it scamming, because it's not honest work. There are certainly a lot of helpful and hardworking figures in the producer community. Some people consider me one. For example, Brainiac Beats, I saw how he was growing his channel. I reached out to him, and he advertised. Well, actually, he was advertising YouTube SEO consultations for producers. So I scheduled one right away, and I learned a lot from it. But I know him not to be a scammer. I know him not to be somebody who makes a living off of, these little guides, these top beat selling guides, this and that. And I know you've seen this stuff. You've seen the advertisements. You've been getting a million messages every week of comments from spam bots on your Instagram talking about, I can show you how to make $80 million in 2 days selling beats online. And I hate that because of these scammers, now producers are afraid to spend money on helpful services because they're so paranoid that everything's a scam now. So this stuff is really poisoning the community. But the good news is, as long as you understand how to do your research and spot these red flags, you're not going to get scammed. Also, if you're not so desperate to get sales and you're focused on the long term, it takes years to get to the point, and a lot of work to get to the point where you're making a living off of beats. If you've only been doing it half-assed here and there, or part-time here and there, or you've only been doing it for 6 months to a year, don't get discouraged. There are a lot of resources out there, and they're free. I upload a lot of them. Curtis King uploads a lot of them. BeatStars uploads a lot of them. Use them and learn them and understand and grow. But most of all, don't get discouraged and don't get desperate, because the second you start getting desperate, you're going to do crazy things for money, and you're going to fall victim to scammers that know how to take advantage of your desperation. Because so many producers are scrambling right now, and people are taking advantage of that, trying to sell them information. Unfortunately, some of these people aren't qualified to charge for this information. And at worst, some of them are just scamming and teaching deceptive and dishonest beat selling tactics. It's like if I walk into a gym and the trainer tells me, what to do, and they're visibly out of shape and they can barely talk because they're just either so wimpy or just so out of shape, I'm probably not going to sign up to that gym. But on the internet, people can tell you anything. They can pretend to be anybody. They can fake a PayPal statement. It's easy. That stuff is easy. So you really can't just believe these screenshots when a person is approaching you trying to sell you something. And if a person is approaching you and trying to sell you something right off the bat, or it's trying to sell you something that you didn't ask for, period, be aware. That doesn't sit right. and it shouldn't sit right with you. So for example, they asked me not to say their names, but plenty of people on my Twitter timeline, the second I brought this up, they are sharing screenshots of this scam that's going around. And it's not just one producer doing it, it's a couple, but it's pretty much an identical scam. But these producers are top selling producers. They make probably 5 figures a month off of Marketing Beats Online. This producer reached out to them through a spam bot, through a fake profile, saying, hey, so and so, whatever this steps necessary, says your beats are dope and he'd like to help you help teach you how to make a living off of beats. Obviously they laugh because they're making way more money than this guy. They know the game, they know how to make a living, so they knew it was a scam. But to a producer who's frustrated with not getting views or sales, and who doesn't know how bots work and actually think this is like some Russian model who works for this producer and is recruiting talented producers for this asinine sales pitch, this might be something that they spend their money on, because it might only, I think it's like $30 to $50. So it seems like a small investment, but for $30 or $50, you can run Instagram ads for a solid week, and that's actually beneficial to your career. I'm not here to expose individual scammers. If I start exposing individual scammers, a new one's just going to pop up, but they're going to switch their name, whatever. We've seen the ads. We know that we get the spam from the bots that Necessary is running or that Reckless Beats is running, whatever. We get it. But please don't message me asking me who's legitimate and who isn't. I'm not wasting my time on that, and I don't know who is and who isn't. I know how to spot a scam, and you should too, and that's what I want to talk about. So this is clearly a scam, firstly because of the cute model profiles reaching out on behalf of somebody else. Secondly, because they're trying to sell you something right off the bat. And lastly, because they're offering some kind of shortcut or secret to making a living selling beats online, right? And also, a side note, if somebody, I'm not saying they're doing this, but just in general, if somebody is providing a service and asks you to send them money through like a money order or through PayPal, friends and family, rather than just a regular business transaction, they're probably scamming you, because it's way harder, if not impossible, to get your money back and report fraud if you pay those through those ways. Just use a PayPal or Stripe business account if you're buying a service. That way you can always get your money back if you need to, if you find out that they scammed you after the fact. Now for this particular scam, what they're selling is a guide on how to scam rappers, how to lie to rappers, and other producers too. And it's pathetic. It's literally a guide on how to deceive people, how to trick people into giving you money for your beats. It also violates the terms of service of multiple social media platforms, so there's always that risk. But tons of producers are using this same model. I'm seeing it more and more every single day, and everybody's seeing it more and more. And I tell people, just block the accounts and report the person behind them, because it's getting to the point where you can't use Instagram without getting a bunch of these a day if you're a producer or a rapper. When I started talking about it on Twitter, somebody who actually fell for the scam and purchased the guide reached out to me and said, look, I'll just send it to you. They got me. So this is what I think you should do. This is my advice. You don't have to listen to me. Number one, don't fall for the scams, period. Anyone reaching out to you out of nowhere with some kind of secret shortcut or whatever, don't listen to them. But if you're curious, and a lot of people are skeptical, they want to believe that this is a real opportunity, that this is a real magic bullet, this is a real shortcut to success. If that's how you feel, here's how to verify that, right? We have the internet. Search the internet, Google it. Search the name of the person behind the messages to see if they're qualified. A lot of producers are saying, you know, I'm selling all these beats, I have all these fans, like I'm making all this money, and then you look at their YouTube account and they're not getting any interaction and no plays, or you look at their beat store and their stats are really low, or you look at their followers and maybe their account is suspended. That's a red flag. But you can also, if somebody sends you a message or leaves you a comment, just copy and paste that message or parts of it and Google it. See if they're sending that same identical message to other people, because they are. Like, look right here. This is the same person. I blocked his name out, but I don't care. It's the same Steps Necessary dude. So he's scamming producers and rappers, and you can see that it's the exact same language on each of these messages, and from 2 different fake profiles. So let's blow the lid off of this one, because this is the model that a lot of producers are using. Here's the guide. Let me switch the view. So, How to Sell Beats by Parker Morris Beats, blah blah blah. He makes so much money, it's so awesome. And blah blah. Like, this is what you're paying for. Look, I mean, this isn't even these aren't even full pages. Anyway, you can see that this is the one being sold by another producer. I think Necessary is selling this, and it's somebody else's information. So it's like he's scamming a scammer by reselling his guys who's scamming. Anyway, already you can see, look, build 7 Instagram accounts that look like real people. So this is what's happening. I'm really exposing the scam here. Not that it was all that tricky. And see, there's stock comments. Your lyrical skill is unreal. You're making waves, and these are all lies. So, this is the other thing I hate. Okay, so you can't, no refunds on this because it's a scam. And then the other disclaimer is, I can't guarantee that your accounts will be safe. Of course you can't, because you're violating the rules of Instagram by doing this. The other element to this, aside from just producers being scammed into buying this guide, that's like a page and a half worth of, you know, advice on how to get your Instagram account blocked. It's more trash that's going to create more problems between rappers and producers. We already have this rift between rappers and producers, which is ridiculous. I hate that exists. This is just gonna make it worse, because producers are literally just lying to rappers, going out of their way to say, yo, your music is dope, I love it. But that's not a genuine relationship. They just want to sell them something. That's not what we need to be about as producers. And look, I don't doubt that people are making money doing this. People make money all the time off of scams. You scamming the elderly, scamming, you know, poor people. People are finding these victims and scamming them by selling them dreams, by you know, tricking them into making a purchase, and then what you actually get isn't what you thought you were getting. You can make money off that, but where's the longevity? Do you want to be in this game as a producer to make great music and be respected for it and make a living off of a respectable music career, or do you just want to try to cash out for the next year before your reputation gets ruined and this whole scam gets exposed once and for all? It's a choice you got to make. So the guy who made this guide, let's look at his numbers to see if he has a strong brand as a producer. I'm sure he's making money scamming people with these fake accounts. But you know, this is his YouTube, 6 subscribers. This is his Twitter, 92 followers. His Beat Store, 22 followers. I mean, this is not a strong brand. Let's go to his Instagram. Yeah, see, so he got removed because he violated the terms of service, probably for scamming. Someone reported him. Yes, you can make money lying to people, but if all you want is money and not to achieve longevity, respectability, or make great art, then you may as well sell drugs, or you may as well just get a part-time job or something. Anyway, you can make good money off of honest work, because scamming people takes a lot of work too. It's not like this is the easiest thing in the world to do. Being a reputable producer with a solid income coming in from beats, that takes a lot of work too. So why choose the evil, stupid route that has no future over the respectable route that actually involves you achieving longevity at some point in this game? Because this scamming, yeah, you make some quick money, it'll ruin your reputation. It doesn't lead to a long-term career, and plus, if you have morals, this is not the right path for you. Be safe out there. If something seems too good to be true, if someone's trying to sell you something, if something seems a little fishy, you have the internet. Research, verify, ask around. If it doesn't add up, don't open your wallet. And I hope that all of you choose the path of honesty rather than the fast money path that involves you taking advantage of your own people. That's my 2 cents. Much success to all of you. Be safe. Peace.